One cool thing I noticed when I first got into the second row here, this thing has the option for sunshades. So it's not something that you see that often, but it is really, really cool that it's got that available there. It's kind of nice. Now, a few things to point out, spacing wise. So I'm 6 feet tall. I've got the driver's seat set up for someone who's 6 feet tall. It's how I'd be comfortable driving. I have a decent amount of knee space, good amount of foot space. Up overhead with me sitting fully upright. Ooh, that's tight. All right, so one thing, I can slide the seat back or forwards a tiny little bit, but back of my head, I've got about 3 inches of headspace. Front of my head, like maybe an inch and a half at the very most. So I can still comfortably fit inside of this seat here. 3 full-size versions of me might be a tiny little bit tight. Not impossible to fit 3 size versions of me in the second row, but it is still possible. But at the same time, the seat is really, really nice and comfortable. We've got a few different options for the seat itself. So cloth seats, leather seats, depending on the trim level of the vehicle that we're in. But this is nice. Oh, that's kind of cool. Huh. We've got our main pocket along the back of the seat for driver passenger side. We've got these like tiny little storage pockets on top of that. That's really, I don't think I've ever seen that before. It's kind of cool. But so many different things. The styling along the door, same way for the second row as it is for the first, which is really nice. We've got our assist handles for both sides, clothing hooks on both sides, and our light control on top of that, which is really nice. Now, a few other things to point out. We do have the option for tri-zone climate control in some of the higher trims of the vehicle. And tri-zone, which means that we can control it through the back here. We can also control it through the front. So if the driver passenger want to, they can adjust it here. We've got the option for second row heated seats. Now, that's strictly going to be for the outboard seat. So for the driver passenger side, middle seat is never going to be heated, but at the same time, it still is nice that we've got that heated outboard seat as an option inside of this thing. But one interesting thing, so along the door itself, we've got like a little bottle holder, but we've also got a little tab we can pull here. When we pull, we can drop, and we've also got some cup holders here. So if you've got kids fighting, we can separate them. We've got cup holders there on top of that, which is kind of nice, but this is actually pretty comfortable. I'm still throwing off like a tiny little bit because my head, like as I move back and forth, sitting fully upright, kind of grazes the top like a teeny little bit. It's not too bad. But one cool thing, so we've got a little tab along the side, so along the seat, and we can pull that if we want to fold the seat down, which is nice, but we can also pull it if we want to. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's way better. Oh, what a difference. Okay. If you want to like create even more headspace, pulling that in order to fold the seat back, like recline it a bit, really, really nice. Oh, this is like riding in style now, even more headspace. Like this is wild. I've got like 4.5, almost 5 inches of headspace now. So if you've got taller people like 6'4", 6'5", they'll probably be able to comfortably fit in the second row with the seat reclined a little bit, which is nice. We do have bars in between our legs, so for the full bench. So it's technically a 40-20-40 split with this middle seat being able to fold down, but it's technically a 60-40 because this main bench moves forward backwards by itself, and then this seat also moves forwards backwards by itself. So you've got some options that are available there, but it is nice, it's comfortable. We've got our anchors, we've got tethers, so if you need front-facing, rear-facing child seats, not gonna have an issue inside of this vehicle whatsoever. It's really nice. Really nice, I love it. But I did mention, so with the third row, it is there. This is technically a 7-seater. So we've got our 2 front seats, we've got our 3 middle seats, and we've got 2 seats in the back. Now, looking at the seats in the back, I'm 6 feet tall. It is gonna be like a teeny little bit tight back there. Like just like a little bit. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna flip you around, show you how to get into the back seats. I'm gonna show you spacing of what it's like because it's a tiny little bit tight. All right, now, getting into the third row, it's actually not that challenging. So right along the top of the second row seats, we've got a little release. We just pull. And that's gonna slide it forward. Now, I'm 6 feet tall, so what I'm gonna do, oh man, this is tight. So the way that, this is so tight. All right. if you've got young kids, the third row seats, not going to be an issue for them whatsoever. So either young kids, shorter family, whatever the case may be. Me being 6 feet tall, I'm probably going to have to lay sideways in order to comfortably be able to fit in the second or in the third row seat. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's not going to be perfect just because of the size of this vehicle. But I mean, at the same time, the second row seats, super functional. Third row seats, if people are a little bit shorter, you could technically jimmy rig the seats, move everything forward in the second and the first row to make it that little bit more comfortable. But I've got like next to no foot space here. Head space is like even tighter. Like I can't, so sitting upright, this is what's up. So it's a little bit tight back here. Not impossible to sit back here. Like I said, I could kind of like fold off to the side if I really needed to. But I mean, 6 feet tall, you're not sitting back here. I'd probably put it at like maybe like 5'6" at the very most in order to be able to get back here and be okay.